Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. Happy Halloween. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up. That's right, everybody. Thanks for checking out the video. I am Rockin Robbie Billups. This is the weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies. Let's get right into it with a bonus comic book review. That's right, The One You Feed #1 debuted this week from Donny Cates and Dylan Burnett. This is the exact same creative team of the Cosmic Ghost Rider miniseries. Dylan Burnett is a great artist. Donny Cates needs no introduction. Why can you not find this at your shop? Because it's only at panelsyndicate.com. Now this, of course, is the website that Brian K. Vaughan came up with, I think with a few other people, where it's a place where people can produce digital comic book content, and you pay, as the audience, you pay what you decide to. So you could pay nothing, $1, 50 cents, $5, $10, whatever. It's going to be, I think, a 5-issue series. It's called The One You Feed. It's on Panel Syndicate. I'll throw a link down below. This book was awesome. It's basically about what happens if one night on the Earth, everybody turns into a monster. And from that point forward, every night, people turn into monsters. Some people are good, and obviously some people aren't. So then they wind up building this giant mega city that's walled off, and they have an artificial sun there. And then there's this outside world. It's a great world that's built up through a great narrative. It's got a lot of exposition, but it's handled very well in that Donny Cates touch. Very comic booky, very fun. I really liked it. It had a great twist at the end. I highly encourage you to check this one out. I know it's digital. Hopefully one day they'll put a graphic novel out in print or something, but at Panel Syndicate, pay what you want for the brand new Donny Cates book, indie book, and it's great. And it also involves a giant sword. So yeah, you got to get that. Let's talk about a Kickstarter, Beef Bros. Beef Bros comes from Aubrey Sitterson, Tyrell Cannon, and Fico Ossio on the coloring. This is the writer of No One Left to Fight. Okay, I follow him on social media. I'm actually a big fan of his, and I really want to point out this Kickstarter because it is highlighted by this absolute awesome 4+ minute long promo that Aubrey Sitterson did with Tyrell, as well as a little guest appearance. It was a fantastic video. If anything, I highly encourage you to go to the Kickstarter. I'll throw a link down below. Check out just the promo video. It is an expert cut together promo video that I just loved, had a lot of fun. This is described as an aspirational leftist superhero comic book about happy-go-lucky bodybuilders standing up for their community, pushing back against sadistic cops and greedy landlords. I really liked it. The video was a great pitch, and I backed it already. Definitely got to talk about that. Ice Cream Man #20 gets another print and another Dr. Seuss homage variant, and it's the local comic book day variant. I want to point this out because we all, it seems, in the PCP Army love us some Ice Cream Man, and so I definitely got to point out yet another great cover for this Ice Cream Man #20. I'm not even sad or bothered that I have so many copies of this one damn comic book. And I don't collect Ice Cream Man month to month. I really don't. I don't actually collect it. But I have every single one of these printing, so why not? The Halloween Kills trailer, or teaser, a teaser of a teaser. I think that maybe even today when this video airs, they may release something more full, but I don't know. Whatever. It was like 30 seconds long. It was a tease to next year's Halloween Kills, the sequel to 2018's Halloween, which we reviewed last night here on the channel for the culmination of Horror Fest. But don't worry, it returns November 13th, which happens to be a Friday the 13th. Guess what movie franchise we're covering that night? But Halloween Kills, the little teaser, it seemed cool. It seemed like it had some homages to Halloween 2, which I thought was pretty neat and interesting. I'm definitely going to be checking this one out and excited, hopefully, for the idea that next year, at Halloween time, we get to go into movie theaters with our friends and watch Halloween Kills. I'm very excited for that. The Midnight Sky is a movie from Netflix debuting in December. It's directed by George Clooney. It stars George Clooney and a few others. I watched the trailer for this. This looks awesome. It looks like a great sci-fi film that's just filled with despair and hope at the same time. It looks awesome. The trailer had great music. It looked like it had great performances. It's basically about George Clooney's this dude who's on Earth. Something has gone really bad on Earth, okay? And there's this mission that's out in space, and I think they're like trying to do something to like help humanity survive or something. And he's got to desperately get a message to these people that something terrible has happened on Earth, and it's basically going to be about that journey. It seems like it's going to hit hard, seems like it's going to hit real, and I'm excited for it. You know, I'm a huge George Clooney fan, and his beard has never been more beastly, and I think it's awesome. I watched the Saved by the Bell trailer. That's right, Saved by the Bell's coming back. I am actually very excited about this. I'm back to actually thinking about starting a rewatch of all the original OG Saved by the Bell, because I have them on DVD right over there. I know, weird stretch, but when I knew 100% that Zach Morris was back in this show, even for a small bit, I'm excited. So it's basically AC Slater and Jesse. They still work at Bayside. It's about a new generation of kids. It seems very appropriate to today's youth, so it seems like it's going to be mostly targeted towards them. But it's also going to have a little bit in it for those of us who grew up with the show, I think. You've got returning characters like Zach and Kelly and AC and Jesse, and now promise Lisa Turtle. Very excited about that. Could Screech and Belding not be too far behind? The trailer looked silly. It looked like it's not going to, like, blow you away or nothing, but as an old school fan, I'm actually rather excited for this, and the idea that we talked about this last year on the Weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up, how Zach Morris is now the governor of California or something like that. That's pretty crazy. And HBO Max has ordered 2 seasons of Tiny Toons Looniversity. It's going to be a reboot, not a reboot, but it's a continuation of the Tiny Toons franchise, which was one of my favorite cartoons back in the day. And basically they're in college now. They're at Acme Looniversity. And you know, I think that's pretty freaking dope, and I'm really excited for it, and I'm excited to see what happens there. So that's what we got for you this week. What you got? What we got coming up here? What do you want to say? Let us know in the comments down below. What do we got coming up here at Pop Culture Philosophers? There will not be a Rockin Robbie Live this week. We had a big bombastic finale for Horror Fest, so, you know, we're not doing that. But tonight, on Saturday night, Halloween, there will be a surprise Halloween stream. I'll go ahead and just say that. I'll go ahead and commit to it right now. I've made the decision. I'm going live tonight, Halloween night, at some point, probably 9 p.m., just to have a good Horror Fest reflection and talk about Halloween and what it means to us and all that kind of stuff. So if you're not out doing something crazy fun for Halloween, you can join me here in the studio, and we'll just have a crazy fun time ourselves. Awesome. So thank you guys so much for the support. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and check us out at popculturephilosophers.com for podcast, blogs, and a whole lot more. I've been Rockin Robbie Billups. Thanks for rocking with us. Keep on living, and happy Halloween.